The older your vehicle gets, the more rust is going to appear, and you can try to keep up to it like I am. This is on my 81 pickup, and I had a patch of rust coming through the fender here. So what I want to show you is what to do after you weld the rust patch in, and this is to try to keep the rust out and from occurring again. What I did is I cut the old rust out, and I made sure I went past the edges here, so the rust was only about halfway that high, and so then I've got lots of good metal under there. And then I treated the rust that was on the inner fender and ground it down and treated it and protected the two layers from rusting together, and I filled the holes that there was on the inner fender so that the water can't come through. Then I cut this piece out by hand, and to get the lip underneath I extended this piece about an inch, and then I cut slots about every 3 inches I'll show you, and I bent it over with my hammer. Along the edge here you can see my spot welds as we go along. You can see the little dots, well that's the spot welds. And rather than welding continuously in that, which is good, but I've got a way here that I do and it works for me. I'm not saying it's the best way. I come along with liquid steel. So it's got different names: liquid steel, liquid weld. Here are my 2 tubes of it, and I squeeze out 2 equal amounts and I mix it together. Now there's one product that dries within 2 or 3 hours. This one is overnight. I like to buy the overnight. I don't know, the other might be as good. I mix it up and then I spread it along the edge, and I make sure I get a really nice seal, so that is like steel now. So it's another way of welding that together. And so I'm going to let that dry overnight. I've got my piece in there, I've ground it down. Underneath the lip, try to get under here for you. Set the light down. You'll see right there, that's where I made a cut. There's where I made another and so forth. And I bent that lip down underneath, so it's nice and smooth. I've tapped it up to the inner fender under there so there's no big gap. And then I put liquid steel on it. Now between the inner fender, this lip here, this vehicle's come out with a undercoating on it or a sealant. So I put some really good seal on the inside here bead, and I caulked that in so that there's no way water can get in. Then this lip that I bent under here, I put that good sealant on as well, caulking on the inside, and I caulked all along on the inside of that lip. So everything under here is covered, everything here is covered, and so that way you've got a little bit extra time to keep that rust from working on your vehicle. This patch took me about maybe an hour and a half to get to this stage, so it's really fast. I cut it out with my grinder. I put a cutting wheel on my grinder, and I just went out and I cut it. Then I slid my piece up past it and tacked it in, and I'm ready now to let it dry overnight and then the Bondo. Hope this helps you on your project. Thanks for watching. This is McCanada.